spins a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes the Spider-Man.
Hello everyone, thanks so much for joining me here today as we get to talk about one of my favorite subjects, comic books. My name is Jose, I love comic books, I love talking about them, I love sharing them with you. Feel free to follow me on social media. I just post pictures of my drawings, and the links are in the description below. I also have a link to the next two stories, and you can actually look at the plot, because we're not really gonna go through the plot very much here. Little bit, but what we're gonna be doing here is we're gonna be looking at Amazing Spider-Man 298 and 299 from 1987. The beginning of Todd McFarlane's run on Amazing Spider-Man. Now, I have already covered issues 314 through everything McFarlane, all his Spider-Man run. So I have everything from 314 up. What we're basically going to be doing is we're going to be doing the bottom part, his early. So you can, I have a playlist for Todd McFarlane, and you can go ahead and go in there if you want to look at some of his later stuff. So right now what we're going to do is look at his early stuff. So this is kind of when he was still finishing up Hulk. He jumped in on Spider-Man, ended up becoming the regular artist. So he does this cover. He, on the inside though, he is just a penciler and has an inker and is not quite the Todd McFarlane that we know. But here you can see the web design was already there. A lot of cool stuff. So, and of course, he's still with the black costume. So here we go. So it's the same writer, David Michelini or Michelini, Todd says Michelini, so I suppose that's what it is, but it's a CH, man. So I always say sh. So Michelini to me. Todd McFarlane does the pencils, and Bob McLeod does the inks. So Chance is our villain for these next two issues. So, like I said, in the description below, I have links to the Marvel Database fan site where you can look at the plots. So, if you're looking at the art here, not quite Todd McFarlane-ish yet. Although you have the vertical covers that him and Frank Miller are the two guys that do the best vertical covers. Most people just, I don't know. I even find them very constricting. However, he really does a good job with them. Chance is an assassin, and he was hired to kill that dude. So, this Oren Conrad. So, and then of course Mary Jane. They're newlyweds. So, it's not quite, you're going to be looking at this going, what the heck? Yes, everybody in the beginning drew differently, and it's not quite what you're used to. So, this isn't quite the Todd McFarlane Spider-Man that you've all seen, all these different things. This is his first issue, and it's not until 300 where he actually becomes the artist that things start to change a little bit. But here we go. And you can tell on the webbing that he just kind of the webbing's still evolving. So, again, with the vertical covers, or not covers, panels. So, he's going to surprise Mary Jane. They got their apartment, I think it's in Chelsea. So, and, so he was going to, like I said, they're newlyweds, so he was going to surprise her. So this is our dude Chance. So and he's a big gambler as well, which is part of the Chance. But I love the villain, the short mustache, the whole shebang. So he loves gambling. So like I said, I'm not really going through the story very much, and you can get that on the database. I'll have the links in there where you can just look at the plot. It's a fan site, so if you're familiar with the Marvel database, love the Hitler mustache and the earring. That is so mid 80s. This, you can see the McFarlane tropes sort of forming here. You can definitely starting to see deduct the carpet from his fee. So you can just kind of see, like I said, the composition is kind of getting there, but the panel borders that he's so famous for are not quite there. I've also started his Hulk run, and I've covered, I think, about 4 issues so far as of this recording. So they're also located in the Todd McFarlane playlist. My so I love this part where they're connecting. Here's a blackout, and they sort of explain and see X Factor 25. So yeah, I'm trying to cover all of McFarlane's Marvel and DC work. And so if you check that out periodically, more videos will be added. I have the first issue he ever inked in that Detective Comics through the Batman Year 2, but I have not done the whole Batman Year 2 arc, but I hope to get to it. So it looks like Chance here has been double crossed. Love this panel here. And so at this time, this was just a costume. It was no longer the Venom. It wasn't the symbiote, but he kept the costume. I love the zipatones here. And of course, we get the first cameo of Venom here. This is Eddie Brock Venom. And you can see, but at this time, we hadn't revealed quite yet who he is. I love how he's just hidden, and then little by little, this was so creative. So love it. And so here we go to 299. And even 1 month in, notice the webbing, how more than even the first cover, how better designing it's getting. We'll look at the cover one more time here. This is more the early McFarlane, but he's starting to really get in there with all his little dots, or not dots, lines. And so again, in the inside, he is not the artist. He is only doing the pencils, and the credits were up here again, same as last issue. McFarlane is one of those artists that really influenced me early on. I just loved his art so much. And I really wish, one of the things that I really, really wish he did now, I know he's making gobs of money with the toy empire, and he still does Spawn, sort of. He publishes Spawn. He really doesn't do anything in there anymore. I really miss his drawing. He used to at least do the covers, but man, can't even get a cover from the dude now. It's just, um, you know, it's it's really hard because I'm not against people making money, but you know, he's made so much money now. Can't he quit what he's doing, sell his company and just go back to drawing? Yes, it's selfishly, but I would love for him to go back to do the art. I would buy it. It doesn't matter. I don't read like Spawn, for example. I don't read his his work. I just devour the pictures. All he has to do is draw it. So here's Eddie Murphy right here. And then this is the guy from Letterman, Paul something. I really don't know. But he was the music director. So he's asking Mary Jane's to dance. So like I said, love it. This is one of those things he starts to do with I love this. Love you won't see this. This is still very old comic book language, but eventually you see Jim Lee and Todd McFarlane kind of get away from some of the old marks that they made and start making new marks that everybody else then starts to try to imitate. Do not overfill. That's funny. So he just hikes there. And then the forest, and then not the forest. So, what is he swinging on? That would be a very tall tree. I don't think there's tall trees like that in New York. But hey, it's comics. I try to do this whenever I draw a car and they have their headlights on with this circle. I copied that. When I see something cool, I try to copy it. I can't. I I copy his art on certain pieces. So if you go on my Twitter or Instagram or whatever, um, I draw some of the characters the way he does. Like Hulk, I draw my Hulk like him. I draw some Spider-Man. Some of my Spider-Man sketches are like him. Not all of them, but some. But for the most part, and Spawn, whenever I draw Spawn, I draw it just like him. But my style is more like John Cassidy and Matt Wagner, using a lot of charcoal and dry brush. But boy, do I wish I could do like Todd McFarlane. But man, that is a lot of marks to put on something. So, but it's kind of fun to do it on a piece here or there. But unfortunately, just can't. So we're about to get to the big reveal where she walks in and thinks it's Peter, but it's actually Venom. And we get our first reveal. I bought these issues, so I have a few copies of this. I have a beat up copies that I've had since I was in middle school when this first came out, and then I have more better copies that I got as an adult. So yeah, our first reveal of Venom. So Amazing Spider-Man 298 and 299. So hope you enjoyed it. Starting in 300, you will see Todd McFarlane be the inker. So for most of the issues, still a couple issues where there'll be an inker, but we'll get to that. So like and subscribe. Thanks for listening.